Should we? Should we just talk about Newcastle quickly?
Let's talk
Yeah.
about the mightiest side of the northeast. Right,
Yeah.
right, guys. Up the
Right,
two.
guys.
Go ahead.
Um,
Tell me what happened against Liverpool
we
yesterday.
got Villa and PSG, so we got two games to talk about. Quickly with the Villa one, losing 2-0 to Villa at home
Mm,
should be unacceptable, I think. Listen, Villa are a good team,
yeah.
and they, like I said, they've been inconsistent, but Newcastle should not be conceding 2 goals at home and not scoring a single one. And the time wasting tactics that we were put under by Emery in like the 50th minute, like Martinez going down with a bad back. Oh man, it was pure terrorism. It was absolutely pure terrorism, and we were just on the other end of it. And you know what? It's fine because we were shit and we didn't deserve to win. When there's games when Newcastle play and we deserved something out of it, but we didn't win, I don't care. If we are not even doing the basics right, and we're not performing at home, we're not playing the patterns of play we want to, that's when I start to get pissed off because it's like we're not even. Eddie Howe seems sometimes clueless as to what to do. It felt like not that Emery tactically outdid him. It just felt like Emery was braver and played
Mm,
Buendia behind the line and just felt like way more. It felt way less safe than Eddie Howe
yeah.
ball. Anyways, that was 2-0. We lost 2-0. Buendia screamer and I think it was Watkins header or somebody.
Yeah.
I don't even know who it was. I was switched off at that point. Then we go to PSG.
Yeah.
I'm thinking revenge time. Eddie Howe has played up against Enrique twice at that point, and he'd won one and
Yeah.
drawn once.
Yeah.
So in this game, I was thinking we got to keep that positive record going, and we did. We drew 1-1. Really positive when you look at it going away to the champions and getting the champions of the world. I mean, besides Chelsea,
Yeah.
um, getting a point there is a really good result. But let me just say something about the refereeing in France. And it's not the refereeing for the Champions League. It's the refereeing in France at the PSG stadium. Okay, the Parc de France or whatever it's called.
Parc de France, yeah.
I've never seen a worse 2 sets of refereeing performances than the 2 games I've watched Newcastle play at the Parc de France. Both of those games were unimaginably teeth grinding to watch because of the referee. Regardless of that fact, I think with Newcastle, all this talk about not being tactically good enough to change up Eddie Howe. Where's your plan B? He started off in a 3-4-3 going up against PSG, which is ballsy. He starts Willock, Ramsey, and Tonali. So he's got a midfield of just runners, like pure runners. And he did it. Like, listen, you're always going to come under shots against PSG. They were attacking in the first sort of 35 minutes, popping shots off, putting balls into the box, taking men on. They were electric to begin with. But once you see that out, you're all right. And then it just becomes a bit of a basketball game. And then that is when Newcastle start to flow a bit more. I think that Anthony Gordon had a decent game, but he was against Marquinhos, so not exactly the quickest player in the world. Anthony Gordon, I think, is genuinely just average unless he can pop the ball past them and run. If he can't outpace you, Anthony Gordon is not really doing too much against you, I think.
Okay.
But overall, I thought that I want
Should
to
have
give
won.
praise.
Should have won.
I want
Harvey
to give praise,
Barnes.
but we should
Yeah.
have taken points there. Like, there's so many times this year where we've been in great position to win the game, and we just don't kick on, and we have like one chance that should go in, and it just doesn't go in, and
Yeah.
that's what this Newcastle team lacks. Like to push this Newcastle team to the next stage. something needs to change. Whether it's the manager, whether it's the tactical identity, whether it's whatever that is, something needs to change because there is a limit to what this Newcastle team can do right now under
Yeah.
Eddie Howe.
Hmm.
And looking at it now, listen, I love Eddie Howe. I think that Eddie Howe is the best manager we've ever had. Genuinely. The best manager we've ever had. He's tactically a really good manager, and he's English. We cannot forget that. We cannot forget that he's English. Probably the best English manager we've had anyone's seen in 15 years. Yeah. But overall, I think come the summer, we are going to be looking at PIF knowing exactly what they want. I think Eddie Howe goes this summer. Not being fired, I think mutual agreement parting. I think PIF gets somebody that they want in who they think can take Newcastle to their next level. And then that is where we're going to see a lot of that Isaac money being spent. Because people seem to think that that money spent on Ramsey and Elanga, that money, that was money that we'd already had before the Isaac sale. Now that Isaac sales come in, and then we got an extra 50 million already from the Champions League this year, we're going to have big, big money to spend in summer. And I think that are the board and PIF going to trust Eddie Howe enough after the sort of panicky, not really his own fault, but panicky transfer window that we had in the summer just passed?
Yeah.
Are they going to trust him and his weird relation in recruitment, whatever his name is, Andy Howe? Are they going to trust them to handle the transfer window again? I don't think so. So I think that's where they start shopping around for a new manager. Is it what I want? Not really. I wish Eddie Howe could win us the Premier League. I wish Eddie Howe could win us the Champions League. But do I think it's going to happen? I used to. I don't think so anymore.
Listen, this guy is the king of like for like substitutions. It's literally just one step above Amorim. Amorim used to bring on defenders for midfielders and attackers.
Yeah.
This guy just does like for like, Wissa for Altamade, or vice versa.
Switch.
If one's not playing, it's already planned. Like the other
Yeah.
manager can probably guess what he's going to do.
That's
But
it.
this guy, right? I want to give him credit for building Newcastle up. But at this stage now, where Newcastle are expected to kick on and take it to the next stage, he's pissing fans off every week. Maybe not you so much, but on my timeline, this guy came out after losing 4-1 to Liverpool, calling it a strong performance.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Eddie Howe is the king of positive reinforcement. He hates to say anything negative about his players often. Like, the only time you'll really hear Eddie Howe criticize somebody will be, he'll say, thought it was a good effort from the lads today. I just don't think we had that level of intensity. We weren't as strong going forward as I would have liked us to be. Like, he just dances around it. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes I listen to his interviews and I think, just say it how it fucking is, Eddie. Like, that was a fucking shit performance, mate. Why can't you just come out and be like, yeah, the players were nowhere near good enough today. The subs didn't help. That's on me, and we're going to be better. That would fill me with more hope. But because this guy just comes out and it's like this positivity and he doesn't want to bring down any player relationships that he's built with himself, it is tough. It's tough to see where we go from here. And like you said, do you think that Eddie Howe can take us on to win a trophy that's bigger than the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup?
No. I
don't think so.
I think the task is too big for him now. I rate him. He's probably the best English manager right now after Michael Carrick. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Okay? I think he's a great manager. But can he bring Newcastle to where PIF want them to be? I don't think so. I think it's a very enticing project. If you look at the world-class managers or even the very good managers, and you come in and you say, this is how much money we'll have in the window. These are the players. We've got Bruno Guimaraes. We've got this defense. Maybe we need a new goalkeeper. We've got two different profile of attackers. It's a very attractive
That's
project.
the thing. I think it's the most attractive job in world football right now. If you're an elite manager who maybe isn't working right now or is working abroad, and you want to make your way into the Premier League or come back to the Premier League, the Newcastle job has to be the most like golden job that you could pick out there, because you've got all the funds in the world. They're only going to grow financially, and their PSR SST limit is only going to get bigger, right? So they're only going to grow, get more revenue in each year. Ross Wilson, I think he's our sporting director. He just came out recently, or no, it might have been the other one, but one of our directors came out recently and said that he wants us to be challenging for, or what, be one of the biggest European clubs in the world by 2030.
Yeah.
So, you have not got a lot of time left.
No.
You have like 3.5, 4 years to get that done.
Yeah.
I don't know if it will.
I think that's time up for Eddie Howe this summer. I genuinely think they're going to get someone else in.
It just makes the most sense to do it now rather than wait another season to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a lot for him to stay. You'll probably have to get a Champions League football and win a trophy or something miraculous, because
I said it'd have to be another trophy.
Yeah.
Round of 16. We're nearly there with round of 16. So it's about winning a trophy this year, and Eddie Howe can keep him, because that's all that matters at the end of the day, winning trophies. Arsenal,
yes. But the style of football's got to change, I think. Yeah.
Take us back to the attacking high press style.
Yeah, what happened to 22-23? For me, that was probably the best footballing side Newcastle have had so far. But Newcastle have lost to Liverpool, and I put here Liverpool have found their feet. They haven't. I was getting a bit giddy. I think it's a good win at home. It's a very much needed win at home after the shocking Bournemouth result of last week, losing it in stoppage time to Bournemouth when they had several chances on the counter-attack to win. But after that, they've answered back. They've had the dead rubber in the Champions League, which they won. Blew it out the water, 6-0. And now they've scored 4 goals. Wirtz did he score against you? Goal and assist, or just an assist?
I think he scored against us. Yeah,
he did in the 67th minute.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god!
No, I'm not doing it.
Don't do that. He'll find it.
I think Wirtz is improving. I don't think he's anywhere near what Liverpool expected when they got him. But like we said, it's going to take him a season to settle in. It looks like he's settling in. Ekitike, his second goal against you guys.
Yeah,
fair
man.
play. Fair play.
Proper striker. You can genuinely see, listen, for all this stuff we're talking about Eddie Howe right now, this guy did not have the transfer window that he wanted. Okay, you could see the profile of striker that Eddie Howe wanted in the window. He wanted to get João Pedro in. He wanted to get Ekitike in. Neither wanted to come to Newcastle. Fair enough. That's fine. But and then buying Voltemada on the last day of the window. Yeah. It was a panic buy.
It was a panic buy.
Because we couldn't bank on Visser being the number one because of AFCON. So and obviously, luckily, he got injured. So if we hadn't signed Voltemada, we really would have been fucked, because Anthony Gordon playing at 9 every week. But I do feel bad for Eddie Howe a little bit, because we cannot even offer the wages that some of these players who might not be proven. But can you imagine Newcastle this season if we got Ekitike or if we got João Pedro? It'd be a different story, wouldn't it?
It would be different. This is that you can see the profile of attacker that Eddie Howe wanted. Whether that be the board not selling the project well enough, or the club not being attractive enough, or the manager even not being. I mean,
it was
for
everything.
Ekitike,
It was we didn't even have a recruitment director. We didn't have a sporting director at the time. There's nobody there to sell, and then it's just Eddie Howe and his brother in manager and recruitment, just trying to sell you this PIF project. No, we needed a big signing in the summer to kick us on, and while we did get Voltemada, I am not true Geordie. I'm not going to come on here and say that Voltemada is like the bee's fucking knees. Because listen, he's a good player, and if he's played right, he can be a great player.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
he has also not hit the standards that he should be hitting for the amount of minutes he's played. I've been pretty disappointed with his overall play.
Yeah, yeah,
One thing I will say, I don't want to talk about Newcastle for too long, but one thing I will say is Voltemada is refereed differently because this guy gets smashed about. He's not a guy who holds the ball up and like takes it down on his chest or heads it on. He's not really that. Like he's a bit more intricate than that. So when he's getting battered by defenders and centre backs and the referees call nothing, it is a bit infuriating. But he's just not. He's not João Pedro. He's not Isaac. Like he doesn't have that like ability to one take the ball, turn, take a man on. Two,
yeah.
he's not dynamic enough. He's
Mm,
quite like one dimensional a little bit
yeah,
in his
yeah.
play. Like he has to be played in his way, and that's how he'll succeed. Because like he can score a header against Wolves, but like what good is that for us when we're pushing for Champions League? Like it's not good enough. So
You're not wrong.
yeah, I, I,
You're
I just think that I just think that Eddie Howe's time, unfortunately, is running up, and
TikTok.
the perfect time to change him. It just feels like this
Yeah,
upcoming summer window.
yeah. I mean, hopefully you can see him give you a European spot, whether that be conference, whether that be
Yeah,
Europa. It, it might be one of those where a month out, the board decides no matter what happens, he's gone. Because
mhm,
you do have to just
yeah,
sometimes use your head over your heart. Let him go. Because we did it with Ten Hag, man. He won us the FA Cup. He should have went, but we kept him, and then we sacked him a month or two later. It's so stupid, but let's see what PIF do. Just to round off the Newcastle kind of segment, in the space of 10 days, you've got 3 days off now.
yeah.
From the 4th to the 14th of February, you've got City,
Hmm.
Brentford, Spurs, and Villa. How many
Yeah.
wins?
City, is that in a that's
The
away in the
second
league?
leg. Second leg of the cup.
City, maybe we get a win away at City. The reason I say that is because it's a cup and it's different. In the
Okay.
Premier League, it's different.
Okay.
So Brentford, probably not. Draw or loss. Is it away?
It's at home. It's at home. Tottenham's away.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, probably going to drop points at Brentford, probably going to drop points at Tottenham. I reckon, listen, if we could pull some magic and get through to the next round, that would be incredible, but I don't see it happening. That is a hill to climb away at the Etihad. And then um who's after Villa? Or not Villa, sorry. Who's after the
After
third
yeah,
one?
so you play Brentford at home, then you play Spurs away, then you play Villa away in the cup,
Yeah,
FA Cup.
Villa away. Yeah, it's incredibly tough run of fixtures, and even Eddie Howe was like January is going to be a defining month for our season, and then he was asked again like, what do you think about February? And then he started laughing and said, oh, it's going to be another season defining month. Like it's just our schedule is ridiculous. And listen, I'd love to say that we're going to pick up points. I just don't think we are. I don't think we're going to pick up points away at Spurs. I just don't see that happening. And I don't think we're going to win at home against Brentford. Brentford just won today with 10 men. Utara looks good. I don't know. I just don't see it right. I don't have that faith anymore that I used to. That blind faith. After that loss to home against Villa, I was just like, yeah, this is just a bit draining now, to be honest. Going through this cycle and repeat process with Eddie Howe, not even his fault either, or not all his fault.
Yeah,
Some of it is his fault. Um, but yeah, I think that's everything I can say about Newcastle at the moment, to be honest,
that's
without going
fair.
on for too long.
And to be fair, after that Villa game, you got Champions League. So
Yeah, yeah.
it
That's it.
is.
Oh no, sorry. I think we've got the Villa game away, and
Yeah,
then we've got the Carabag 6,000 mile
yeah,
flight.
yeah,
Play them, back, and then in 2 or 3 days after that, we've got another game
City
against
away,
City.
away in the league, yeah, and then you have the return leg, and then you play
Yeah.
Everton.
We're cooked. Our squad is going to be cooked
One injury.
Yeah,
One
yeah, yeah.
injury. Yeah.
Literally,
we'll...
if Bruno goes, or like Tiao goes, Tiao, fucking Chow. If Chow or Bruno get injured, it's really
it's ropes.
It's gonna be ropes. Yeah.
Yeah, but we will see, Mr. Howe. If you can pull through the February test. He's not doing so well so far, but it's okay. No. It's okay.